Have you ever wondered how these CEOs, actors, musicians, and other super successful individuals get so much more done, whereas we struggle with the ever-mounting pile of work, projects, and assignments? In this video, we will learn the best method for productivity used by these high-performance individuals. Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Nishant. I'm an entrepreneur, system design expert, and a productivity trainer. On this channel, we share content that will help you optimize your potential by relying less on motivation and more on using science-based techniques and strategies. So let's dive into today's topic. Among all the popular productivity methods, getting things done, also known as the GTD method, is by far the best productivity method. The other productivity methods are either wholly based on or influenced by the getting things done method. It was introduced by the productivity expert David Allen in his book by the same name, Getting Things Done. Celebrities such as Robert Downey Jr., Will Smith, Howard Stern, and many CEOs have publicly revealed that they use GTD regularly and it's the bedrock of their productivity. Well, Nishant, that sounds interesting. But what the hell is the GTD method? Wait. Before diving a little further, let's first understand the difference between productivity tools and productivity methods. Productivity tools are aids such as to-do lists or apps or software, for instance, Google Calendar, notes that help us become more productive. Whereas productivity method teaches us how to use these productivity tools to get the work done in a stress-free and effortless manner. Now coming back to the GTD method. The GTD method comprises of 5 steps. Remember the word CCO or the mnemonic cook corn or raw eggs. The first C stands for capture. The second C stands for clarify. O stands for organize. R stands for reflect. And E stands for engage. Let's understand each step in detail. The first step is capture. Our mind wastes a lot of energy by neurotically keeping ideas, to-dos, or information that's got our attention. Without a system for recording idea, it's like wasting a ton of mental energy that can be creatively deployed to achieve astonishing results. Hence, the capture steps involves to-dos, collecting what's got your attention, that is, information that is on top of your mind, etc. The purpose of this step is to free up your mental space. The second step of GTD is clarify. The clarifying steps involves reviewing and processing the information we have captured. This means we will have to decide where, that is, in which list or stack, the items captured belong in the GTD system. Against each item in the capture list, ask the following question: whether the item captured is actionable or not. In other words, is it possible to do it? If the answer is no, you need to decide if the item is reference material, junk, or something that may become actionable in the future. If the answer is yes, then you can proceed to the process it question, which is asking further. Could I do it right now without thinking about it? There could be 3 answers to that question. If the answer is yes, put it in the task list. If the answer is I don't want to do it now, but might want to someday in the future, then put it in the maybe or someday list. If the answer is I need to do some project planning to break this item down into actionable next steps, put it in the project planning list. For each legitimate task, that is, task that's actionable, determine, can you complete that task in under 2 minutes? If the answer is yes, then do it. Many tasks, such as replying to an email, can be completed under 2 minutes. You should do these tasks right away because the time it takes to record and manage these types of tasks is longer than the time it takes to do them. For tasks that will require more than 2 minutes, we will process further to the organize step of the GTD. The third step of GTD is organize. This step involves organizing your to-dos and defining the projects, their associated tasks, and standalone tasks. After you have processed every item that you have captured, they will end up in one of the following 7 lists. Trash list. It includes those items that are not actionable and of no reference value. Hence, it is dumped in the trash and deleted once and for all. For instance, you wrote buy groceries for barbecue and by the time you sat down to clarify your capture list, the plan got changed from barbecuing at your place to going out for dinner. Someday or maybe is. It includes those items in your capture list that's not actionable. Maybe something you're not sure you ever want to do, but perhaps someday you will think about that. Hence, it's put into someday or maybe list. For instance, let's say going to Disneyland is on your bucket list, but not anytime soon. Hence, it should be put into the someday or maybe list. Reference list. It includes those items that are not actionable but of some reference value. For instance, purchase receipts, old tax returns, important papers, project notes, journals, textbooks, etc. Project list. There is a difference between a project and a task. According to David Allen, a project requires more than one action steps to complete, whereas tasks can be activities that require single action step. For instance, preparing for an upcoming exam is a project, while finish reading chapter 1 of economics textbook is a task. Getting ready for the meeting is a project, whereas put notes of the previous meeting in your bag is a task. Put all your projects on a project list that you review regularly. You can then define the next actions for your project and enter a specific deadline for it in your calendar. Also keep a reminder list for all the tasks you have delegated to others. This allows you to keep track of the tasks others are doing for you. Calendar list. Only enters appointments in your calendar as tasks to be done in the next action list, or record them as a project and then break it down into associated actions. Next action list. Keep a separate list of next actions that are not project specific. Depending on the scope of your tasks, you can also keep multiple context specific lists for personal tasks, work tasks, phone calls, and so on. Delegated or waiting list. Also keep a reminder list for all your delegated tasks outside of projects. Set dates to follow up with others on how far they have progressed with a task. The fourth step of GTD is reflect. The hard reality is, no matter how great a system is, some randomness will creep into the system. The first three steps of GTD focus on ensuring that system is built correctly. The reflect step is for making sure that the system keeps working. You will gain clarity by organizing your tasks and appointments, but that alone won't be enough to boost your productivity and ensure that you get everything done in the time allotted. To do that, you have to review your list regularly. You have to make sure that your system is up to date. Otherwise, you won't be able to focus on the task in front of you without thinking about whether you might have missed an appointment. A healthy practice is to review your calendar several times a day. Check your to-do list at least once a day to select your next task. Empty your inboxes once a day. In the GTD method, you do a weekly review. It can be on every Friday evening or at the weekends. This review consists of the following steps. Number 1, empty your head. At the end of the week, write down all your ideas going through your mind. Number 2, inboxes. Put new tasks, ideas and dates where they belong in the GTD system. Number 3, is the list up to date? Have you crossed off all the completed to-dos? What are your upcoming actions for the next few days? Number 4, project list. Is the list up to date? Have you completed at least one next action in the past week to move your projects forward? Number 5, maybe or someday list. Do you want to transfer some of the items on your list to the project list and process them now? Number 6, is your calendar up to date? Did you actually keep all your appointments? What are your upcoming appointments? Did you enter all appointments? Number 7, delegated or waiting list. What's the current status of your delegated actions? Follow up with co-workers if necessary. The fifth and last step of GTD is engage. This is the last and final step of GTD, where you actually get down to work. You will use your task list to determine what you should be working on. To do that, you must consider 4 steps to make an informed decision on which task to complete next. These 4 factors are context, time available, energy available, and priority. Context. We all have many different contexts in our life. For instance, work, family, places such as supermarkets. So it's important to create different lists called context lists. That way, we won't have to work through a huge list to decide our next action. We can simply look at our short contacts lists. Whenever you have free time that you want to use productively, ask yourself this first. What context am I in? What can I do right now? If you went outside to buy groceries, then you can take a look at your shopping contacts list. Or let's say you are sitting in the waiting room at the doctor's office and want to use your time productively. Then you can respond to a few short emails or a short message to friends. Time available. How much time do you have right now? If you are in the car and you are 15 minutes away from your destination, you shouldn't start a phone call that you know will take an hour of your time. A better choice might be to stop at the supermarket to cross some things off your shopping list. Energy available. Your energy level fluctuates throughout the day. Watch your energy level change throughout the day for a week to find out when you have the energy highs and lows. In future, schedule tasks that require your total concentration and performance when you are feeling energetic and up to the task. For instance, you should prepare an important presentation in the morning rather than in the middle of the day. Once you have narrowed down possible actions based on these three criteria mentioned earlier, which were context, time available, and energy available, check out the last factor. Then let the priority decide for you. Which task is the most important? Start with this task. Let's say you are in the office and have an hour of unscheduled time before the performance review. You could cross a few phone calls off your list, write a report, or continue working on an idea for a workshop. Since the workshop will be held in 3 days and you haven't prepared yet, you choose this task. It has priority. On the other hand, the report is a routine report and the phone calls can wait a few days. Now we are done with the getting things done method. If you know someone grumpy, overworked, or stressed, please do them a favor by sharing this video. Alternatively, ask them to learn more about the getting things done method. I'm sharing resources in the description of this video that you can check out to learn more about the getting things done method. Believe it or not, if you sincerely put getting things done method into practice, your lives will dramatically change and you will never want to return to your old self. If you have learned something out of this video, please like the video and subscribe to this channel. Also, if you have any questions related to GTD, I strongly urge you to put them in the comments. Also, please let me know some topics you would like to learn more about. Thanks for watching. This is Nishant signing off. Take care, bye-bye, and see you in the next video.